Hello, my friends. This is the third and last part on a series of videos on the meaning of the moon. We talked about the meaning of the moon in general, how it operates. We looked at what the meaning of a sun-moon aspect is. Moon-Mercury, basically you take the moon, which reflects the past and the present, and you mix that up with the Mercury, which makes mental associations, and what you get is memory. Meaning of Moon-Mercury is memory and conscious awareness of the past, identifying and articulating past events. Typical symptoms of this, typical things people do who have an aspect of Moon and Mercury, whether it's a conjunction, opposition, square, or in some vibrational chart, they're going to do this in the qualities of that vibration. It's understanding the feeling, mood, and attitude, as well as the specific information. The moon is not only reflecting the past and present as cognitive memory, it's also moods and emotions, deeply ingrained feelings is a big part of the moon. And so Moon-Mercury is often thinking about your attitude, disposition, its psychological insight, listening skills, the ability to take in the mood, the atmosphere, and make connections based on what the feeling is. What is the vibe? What is the mood? Moon-Mercury people are listening. They're picking up on all the non-verbal cues and they're able to articulate it. They're noticing, oh, the person is talking loudly. They're talking softly. Oh, they're putting their face close to your face. They're picking up all of the expressions of mood and feeling and seeing it and understanding it. So Moon-Mercury typically gives an interest in history, psychology, anthropology, or the cultural context of things. Sometimes just straight out history. But that's what Moon-Mercury does. Okay, so Moon-Venus. You take the meaning of the moon, you mix it up with attraction to beauty, and what it means, any Moon-Venus aspects, means remembering what is beautiful and the appreciation of the beauty we inherit in traditions, in nature. So Moon-Venus is beauty with depth of feeling or soul. It's where the accumulation of history, we see what's beautiful in it. So typical symptoms, nostalgia, soulful feelings, love of places and things that express the beauty that people were attracted to in the past. Moon-Venus usually prefers an old house to a new house, something that was made with love and had time to, you might say, become seasoned and rich with feeling, where the trees are fully grown and there's a soulful feeling. If it is a new house, they like it made often with natural ingredients, real wood, not a lot of plastic, something with soul and feeling. They like things that are carved or handmade, something that shows the love and soul and character of something. They're looking for that beautiful, deep, rich feeling. They prefer things with history and depth of feeling and richness that comes with time. Okay. That's Moon-Venus. Moon-Mars. Accomplishing something, Mars with the moon reflecting the past. I already talked about this in the previous video in this series. It's a mood of wanting to accomplish concrete things. Competing with oneself. Moon-Mars people are always competing with themselves. They're always trying to get a little more done, reach some kind of marker, some goal, trying to, at the end of the day, have got to some finishing point that they can pick up with the next day. Feeling good by being active and accomplishing something. Moon-Mars people are happy at the end of the day if they can feel like, oh, I got this done, this done, this done. Good. Good night's sleep. They like being active, getting something done. Not comfortable with a lot of relaxation. That's a problem with Moon-Mars. They like competition. They like that feeling of things happening, of getting done. Setting markers for achievements. Typical symptoms, happy when something is accomplished. They're on edge and dissatisfied if little is getting done. They enjoy competitions. They have a competitive spirit. They're seeking faster, more efficient ways to accomplish something. So this is what Moon Mars is. Some people say Moon Mars, you have a bad temper, you're angry. No, that will happen if you don't feel like you're getting enough done. So Moon Jupiter, we talked about this, a disposition that is open to new possibilities and experiences, a feeling that something new is going to feel good because it releases one from a limited perspective. Like I said in the previous video in the series, they welcome diversity. They appreciate different kinds of people, different environments. Note that they can have strong ethics and discrimination. So it doesn't mean Moon Jupiter people aren't necessarily gullible. They're not accepting everything. Because the moon is involved, they have a strong sense of the mood and disposition. Moon gives an intuition. It's feeling what's happening and what the disposition attitude is. So Moon Jupiter people are not usually gullible and willing to dive into anything, but they're so open and ready for any positive experience with a different cultural, different background. They're open, they're ready, they want to experience life as broadly as possible. So typical symptoms are friendly. Most people like them. They're open and welcoming to other people. They enjoy listening and participating in activities with other families, other communities, and they have a broad range of styles, a broad range of genres. They'll say, oh yeah, I like country music, oh I like this kind of classical music. They may not be fanatically in love with it, but they enjoy it. They don't have to be in love with something to appreciate it. They'll go to different kinds of art exhibits or eat different kinds of cuisines, etc. They're fine with it. They're open. They love to explore. Moon-Saturn, a temperament that is resistant to wild abandon. Anything that has questionable ethical behavior. They're skeptical of it. They want to make sure you're for real. They don't like insincerity. They don't like being all gregarious and always involved in social activities. They need sincerity. Moon-Saturn thrives on sincerity. Are you real? Are you authentic? Are you telling the truth? Are you exaggerating? Very turned off by exaggerating and superficiality. They're questioning the motivation behind behavior. They're sensing where you're coming from. That phrase, where are you coming from? Are you coming from an honest place or not? That's what Moon-Saturn wants to know. What is your overall attitude? What's your motivation underneath the surface? So typical symptoms of Moon-Saturn need periods of solitude. They need time away from usual activities to see situations in a more detached perspective. They feel recharged by reflecting on what is really important. They like to stay in tune with what they feel they're really responsible for. And as I said, they're uncomfortable where people are flamboyant or indiscriminately pursuing their immediate personal desires. Moon-Uranus, what happens here is the person has a disposition and attitude of enjoying the moment. The moon is Uranian. They don't like being too serious. They enjoy surprises. They easily get bored with repetition. They're able to feel a spirit of creativity and innovation that was involved in creating fashions, genres, and music of any kind. So Moon-Uranus is often involved in reviving old ideas. It sees the original inspiration. As I said before, they can just love Victorian styles or old-fashioned square dancing or any kind of thing that people may not be doing now, but they can feel the life and the excitement that is in it. So typical symptoms, they enjoy jokes, the surprise involved with a joke, pranks, breaking habits. They love styles, genres, and lifestyles that are no longer popular because they see the life in it. They find traditional styles. They often go back to old things that seem more authentic, more lively, more pizzazz, as well as current things that are lively and active and improvisational. They love that improvisational, loose, free feeling. So they will discover the spirit of freedom, independence, and innovation in activities that are no longer popular, as well as ones that are popular. They're just enjoy the mood of feeling loose, of feeling unrestrained. Moon-Neptune, seeking an environment with inspirational or sublime qualities. I mentioned this before. They often like things like sunrises, sunsets, flower gardens, soft lighting, candlelight, soft colors, etc. Typical symptoms of Moon-Neptune: sensitive to the ambience of a place, selecting a place that is scenic or has soft, inspiring sounds, rather than another place which is better for other reasons. So the mood needs to be uplifting or soothing or elevating in some way. The mood and atmosphere of a restaurant may be as important or more important than the food that is served. The attitude of the servers at the restaurant is important. So if the server is nasty or it just turns them off. They're very reactive to the fine nuances of behavior and the environment that affect the mood and ambiance. So that mood that's set, is it healing? Is it soothing? Is it uplifting? Is it inspiring? Or not? This is what Moon-Neptune's about. They're just going to gravitate towards that good feeling. Even if it is less efficient, makes less money, whatever, costs too much, it's important to them. They will spend money to create that atmosphere. They will take the time to do it. It becomes a higher priority for them than it is for other people. So Moon-Pluto, feeling compulsively driven or obsessed about something and not knowing why. That's the thing about Pluto. Doesn't know why. Things erupt from the unconscious. Past experiences are not consciously remembered, but they impact a person through compulsive or obsessive feelings and behavior. So Moon-Pluto is this compulsive feelings, usually not completely understood why they're feeling it, but they just feel they must do it. Typical symptoms: unable to resist pursuing something with intense passion, even if the pursuit is not practical and there's little hope of bringing practical benefits. Doing something that logically does not seem like a good idea, but instinctively feels right. A need to vent feelings, express intense emotions. A need for raw feelings of laughter, weeping, conviction, purpose. Moon-Pluto needs strong, raw, emotional experiences, and to get these things, you might say, out of their system. Well, that's it. I wanted to dive in deeper to what the moon means, how it operates, and how we see it work in real life, and the importance of the way that those aspects are embedded. I gave the example specifically of sun and moon. If you have a very tight aspect, what planetary configuration is that embedded in, and that will tell you what it's all about. And one of the big goals that I had for this 3-part series is that you can see how the fundamental meaning of a planet, the force behind it, the motivation behind it, this energetic process, how they come together to form the meaning of the planets combining together in aspects. That's it, my friends. Thank you very much. If you're subscribed to this channel, thank you very much. If you're not, if you could just subscribe, it really helps this channel more than you might realize. There's also a membership. If you want to meet with me regularly, live and online meetings, there is a membership program. And on this slide, there's information about the 2 membership levels. Thank you very much for listening, my friends. God bless. Namaste.